The early 1990s, Salt Lake City. A deceptive tranquility hung in the air, a thin veil over the unsettling darkness brewing beneath. The majestic Wasatch Mountains stood guard, their snowy peaks gleaming under a sun that seemed hesitant to pierce the growing shadows. The streets, usually bustling with life, now echoed with an unspoken fear. A chill wind whistled through the canyons, carrying with it the whispers of missing girls, and the haunting premonition that evil walked among them. The air itself felt heavy, thick with the unspoken dread that had seeped into the very soul of the city. Mothers clutched their children a little closer. Lovers exchanged worried glances on dimly lit streets. The laughter of children playing seemed to evaporate into the growing darkness sooner than it should. An unspoken question lingered in every heart. Who or what was preying on the innocent? Outwardly, Roberto Arguelles was an unremarkable figure, blending seamlessly into the fabric of Salt Lake City. He was a ghost, a shadow drifting through life unnoticed. His days were spent in mundane routine, a stark contrast to the storm raging within. Behind his unremarkable facade, a monster lurked. The man who appeared ordinary, even affable at times, harbored a chilling secret, a darkness that would soon stain the streets of Salt Lake City with the blood of innocence. His eyes, however, betrayed the darkness that lay beneath the surface. They were windows to a soul consumed by depravity, reflecting a chilling void where empathy and compassion should have been. He moved through life with an unsettling quietness, an almost predatory grace. Unbeknownst to those around him, Arguelles was living a double life. By day he was the invisible man, the ghost in the machine. By night he transformed into a predator, stalking the city's shadows for his next victim. The disappearances began subtly, like whispers fading into the wind. Young girls, their lives brimming with promise, vanished without a trace. Each disappearance sent shockwaves through the community, shattering the fragile peace that had once defined Salt Lake City. The victims, each one unique, shared the misfortune of crossing paths with a monster disguised as a man. One moment they were there, laughing with friends, walking home from school, or simply living their lives. The next, they were gone, swallowed whole by the city's encroaching darkness. Terror, raw and consuming, became a constant companion for the city's youth. The fear was palpable, a suffocating blanket that seemed to cling to every shadow, every dark corner. No one knew who would be next or when the monster would strike again. Arguelles' hunting ground was the city itself. He stalked his prey through the labyrinthine streets, his eyes gleaming with a terrifying hunger. He knew the city's underbelly, the forgotten alleys and abandoned buildings where shadows danced and secrets whispered. It was in these desolate places, hidden from the watchful eyes of society, that Arguelles transformed from man to monster. The cold, hard concrete of the city became his accomplice, its unforgiving surfaces stained with the terror of his victims. Whispers of their agony seemed to seep from the very pores of the buildings, their cries for help forever etched into the fabric of the city. The once familiar streets now felt ominous, each darkened doorway a potential hiding place for the monster in their midst. The Salt Lake City Police Department faced mounting pressure. The disappearances had cast a pall over the city, and the public demanded answers. Detectives worked tirelessly, chasing every lead, every fleeting clue. The investigation became an obsession, fueled by a desperate need for justice and a gnawing fear that time was running out. Each dead end deepened the mystery, pushing the detectives further into the abyss of the case. The lack of a pattern, the absence of a connection between the victims, only amplified the terror. The city held its breath, caught in the grip of a nightmare that seemed to have no end. The pressure mounted with each passing day, the weight of the unsolved cases bearing down on the shoulders of the investigators. The Devil's Workshop, unveiling the depths of cruelty. What the detectives didn't know was that they were not dealing with a simple crime of opportunity. Arguelles meticulously planned each abduction, relishing the anticipation as much as the act itself. He meticulously crafted a web of terror, each strand meticulously planned to maximize the suffering of his victims. His methods were brutal, his cruelty exceeding any reasonable comprehension. He subjected his victims to unimaginable horrors, his twisted mind deriving pleasure from their pain. His crimes were not merely acts of violence, but calculated assaults on the very essence of their being, leaving scars that ran far deeper than any physical wound. Each act was a performance for a depraved audience of one, a testament to the darkness that dwelled within him. The mask slips, a killer's confession. The break in the case came unexpectedly, a glimmer of light in the overwhelming darkness. A routine traffic stop, a flicker of recognition in the officer's eyes, and suddenly, the walls began to close in on Roberto Arguelles. Under the harsh glare of interrogation room lights, Arguelles' carefully constructed facade crumbled. His composure, once unflappable, dissolved into a torrent of chilling confessions. He spoke of his crimes with a chilling detachment, his words painting a horrifying tapestry of depravity. His confessions were not an act of remorse, but a boastful recounting of his reign of terror. The details, gruesome and heartbreaking, sent shockwaves through the investigation team, confirming their worst fears and revealing the true depths of his depravity. Justice cold and hollow. The trial of Roberto Arguelles. The trial of Roberto Arguelles was a media spectacle, a macabre circus that captivated and horrified the nation. The prosecution presented a mountain of evidence, each piece a damning indictment of the monster who had terrorized Salt Lake City. The courtroom became a battleground between good and evil, a stage where the unspeakable horrors inflicted upon innocent lives were laid bare for all to see. The jury's verdict was swift and decisive: guilty. Roberto Arguelles, the monster who masqueraded as a man, was sentenced to death. But even as the gavel came down, a chilling truth lingered in the air. True justice remained elusive, a hollow victory in the face of such profound loss. Shadows linger, the unending nightmare. Roberto Arguelles was apprehended, tried, and condemned for his crimes. Salt Lake City breathed a collective sigh of relief, the immediate threat contained. Yet the scars he left ran deep, a chilling reminder of the darkness that had visited their city. The families of his victims were left to pick up the pieces, forever haunted by the loss of their loved ones. The urban landscape, once so familiar, now held an unsettling undercurrent of fear. Every darkened alleyway, every deserted street corner, whispered of the horrors that had unfolded there. The case of Roberto Arguelles served as a chilling reminder that monsters don't always lurk in the shadows. Sometimes they walk among us, hidden in plain sight, their true nature concealed behind a veneer of normalcy until it's too late. The nightmare, though faded, would linger in the heart of Salt Lake City, a haunting echo of the darkness that had once threatened to consume it whole.